Hey folks, I'm Aslin Blow from AZ Entertainment. It's good to be back. We've been away a while. Some of you might know that my family and I packed our bags, lived out of a suitcase for a few months. We went traveling. And AJ's been very busy with her business. She's got a spice brand, a few spices in her range. Some of you might know. So between us, it's been a bit difficult to tie ourselves down to a date. But we are back. And we are back with season 2. And now let's head on over to Sydney, Australia, to see what AJ has got cooking for us. Hi, AJ.
Hello, nice to be back. It's been a while.
It certainly has.
Well, needless to say, folks, it's 7 a.m. here on a Saturday morning, and I'm going to cook something very easy because it's 7 a.m. on a Saturday morning.
and how warm is it already there?
Oh, I think it's about 24, 25, but it's the humidity that's hot, so that if you put makeup on, it just falls off again. But that's okay. We're almost at the end of summer. You're about to go into summer, and this is a very nice dish for summer.
Right, excellent. Tell us what you're cooking.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to do something that's quite easy and textural, and I'm going to do it differently to how you would normally do it. I'm sure you've all heard of spaghettini with lemon and breadcrumbs.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure that you've all heard how you chop up parsley and you do this and you do that. What I'm saying is it works just as well when you use dry herbs. And the reason I'm telling you that is because it means that on a night where you don't want to cook, you can actually just whip this out really, really quickly. And that's the whole idea behind it. So the first thing you would need to do is get your spaghetti on. I'm not going to cook very much because this may shock you all, but I won't be eating spaghetti at 7 o'clock in the morning. So,
prawn wontons are okay, but not spaghetti, huh?
That's right. So I had some water on, and I'll just put a good whack of salt in it. There's no need to put oil in it.
Yeah.
That's a nonsense. But some people still put oil in it, but it doesn't achieve anything. So
generously salted water, no oil, and bang goes the pasta.
Absolutely. And make sure, don't worry, you don't have to measure out the water, just fill the pot.
Yeah.
It's got to be a lot of water.
Lots of it, tons of it, right? And while you get that, are we using spaghetti or spaghettini?
Oh, look, I don't know. It's small and it's round, so I guess it's spaghettini. It says spaghetti.
Whatever.
For me, spaghetti is bigger than that.
Yeah, whatever. It's pasta. That's pasta. What we're cooking. We're cooking pasta.
That's the other thing. Don't be pressured into thinking that you have to have spaghetti. If you want to use it on another pasta, go for it.
There you go. Now, so you're going to get the pasta on the boil.
I am. As soon as that water boils, I'll be very happy.
So while you're waiting for the water to boil, let me just go say hello to some old friends. Boy, we've missed you. I'm just going to say hello to Namal from Sri Lanka, Becky, Morris, Dave Pipe, Elena. They're all here to see you back in action.
They're all up very early too. Now, lemon zest and lemon juice play a really good part in this because they make it a much more interesting dish. So I'm just going to zest. Now this is a wonderful little thing. I guess you'd call it a zester. Is that what you'd call it?
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what it does is it will just give you the most beautiful little zest of lemon so that it's fine. You never hit the pits, so it's never bitter. And I just say do the zest of 1 lemon. And then we're going to put that into a pan.
Okay, so just to recap for those of you who've just joined us, AJ's making a very quick pasta dish that is usually it's usually spaghettini or spaghetti with breadcrumbs and parsley. It's super quick. You boil the pasta, fry up the breadcrumbs, toss in the herbs, and you're done. But AJ is going to show you how to do it with some dry herbs, because sometimes you don't have any parsley, fresh parsley at home, or sometimes you cannot be bothered to chop up some fresh parsley. So that's what she's doing.
Well, you may not have it there.
Pay attention.
That's the thing. And you may not have it, but in your cupboard you might have some dry herbs, and you might have a lemon, and you might have some pasta. And so for me, and also I think dry, providing you buy the right ones or dry your own, then dried herbs are much maligned in my opinion.
You think so? Yeah. What do y'all think? Okay, let me ask folks back home. What do y'all think? AJ says dried herbs are much maligned. That they in her cooking dictionary. We've definitely missed you too, Michael Thomas. And so come on, tell us, what do you prefer? Dry herbs, fresh herbs? Tell us, folks, in the comment section. We'd love to know.
Oh no, I prefer fresh. But what I'm saying is, I think that don't not do something because you've only got dry herbs, because I think you can do a lot of things that'll get you a nice result.
Sure. Each has its place.
Yeah. And I just think if you're just a little bit, so what I'm going to do is, this smells divine, so I'm just going to put a little bit of olive oil in a pan.
Okay.
Don't!
Pardon? What happened there?
Well, you can't see her, but the cat just jumped up. Excuse me for 1 minute.
Oh dear.
Say hello and goodbye. Oh dear.
There we go. I'm glad she's washing her hands.
Oh lordy. Right, so.
That's hilarious. Never a dull moment. That must.
This zesting is just beautiful. I put a little bit of olive oil in there, and I'm just going to put the zest in there not because I want it to be fried, but because I just want it to release the flavors.
So the olive oil will be heavy on the lemon zest. Okay.
Yeah. And I've got here a lovely crumb. Now, in this case, it's irrelevant, but this is an absolutely beautiful gluten-free crumb. And it's quite, can you see how it's it's more panko-ish than it is fine crumb?
Yeah. And that's your own, is that your own mix, AJ?
Yeah, this is what I actually do. This is the crumb I use. And I also have a mixed herb that I use here. And when I join it all together, it looks like that.
Okay. Okay. So you've got a mixture of, basically AJ's using her own. Let me get that. AJ's using her own mix of breadcrumbs and dried herbs, and her own brand. But of course, you know, she's in Australia. For those of you who aren't in Australia, what can they use? Breadcrumbs.
I'll put the recipe up. They can use breadcrumbs. They can use just breadcrumbs, but get a coarse crumb because you want the texture. The whole idea of using the crumb in the pasta is to get texture.
Okay.
So you know, do that.
So you started off with what's the flame on? Low, medium?
I put it on low for the lemon zest.
So olive oil, lemon zest, some breadcrumbs. Okay.
Yep. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to whip this round so that
okay.
So that it browns.
Leroy says hi, welcome back. And we've got a comment here from Maurice. Fresh herbs, 199% of the time. Maths is hard. Yes, obviously. Michael Thomas says fresh is his preference unless it's running short on time. And Dave Pipe says fresh are great, but having decently dried herbs comes in handy, especially if you're cooking on the fly. Back to you, AJ, in the kitchen.
The whole idea behind this is that if you're cooking on the fly, and also I had feedback from clients where they said that they didn't even think about it, but when they used the Herbed Crumb, it just cut the time down to nothing. And they're cooking for big families, so that's all good. And we're going to also juice a lemon because we want a bit of that zest in there.
Okay. Becky Limo says likewise. So everybody prefers fresh, obviously, but make do with dried if they're in a rush or they don't have any.
The whole idea of this, as I've said before, is so that you have an option to use the dry. A lot of people just wouldn't do this dish because they only have the dry and they thought it needed fresh.
I think I like that because it goes well with the breadcrumbs. It goes texture-wise, it goes well with the breadcrumbs. So you're done. You're done with the breadcrumbs and herb and lemon and olive oil mix in the pan there.
Okay, so this is really quite. This is getting quite nicely browned now, which is what you want. And I've got some lemon juice there, which I'm going to put in a minute.
I'm just quickly going to say hello to Nana Amabadu as well. Hi, thanks for joining us.
Okay, so you can see there that I've just browned it.
Yeah.
And you can see that it's not dry and it's not wet.
No, and it's not fine either. As you said, it's coarse.
No. You really don't want it to be too fine. If it's too fine, what you'll end up with is mush. But the whole idea behind this is Italians absolutely loathe to waste anything. So if you've got some bread that's old, nothing wrong with that. That's fabulous. With your bread that's old, really dry it out and put it through a machine, but make it coarse, and then you can use this. And it's better than throwing things out. I personally, I loathe wasting. So
I've got an interesting comment from Namal, who's in Sri Lanka, of course. He says that he can find some curry leaves here. Maybe it will be okay. So that will be quite an interesting mix.
That would make it into a fusion dish.
So
you could do curry leaves, because the other thing that it talks about is putting in a bit of chili. Okay, now I'm not a big fan, so I'm not going to do it. But the recipe that I put up will have chili in it. Okay, and if you want to use some chili, great. It says use chili flakes. I'm just not going there.
I've got. Okay, go on. You do the recipe, and we'll do the question that's popped up. Okay.
All right. So I put the crumb into a cold bowl, so it can just sit there for a little while. Okay, go.
All right. So Michelle Price has got a very interesting question here. She says, Can lemon essential oils be used instead of the lemon juice? I think I know the answer, but would love your opinion.
Okay. I think you would find it to be bitter, and I don't think you get the zestiness. That's my opinion. What's yours, Lynn?
That's actually quite interesting, because I use essential oils a lot at home and in the kitchen, and they're so powerful, as you know. I cook with geranium rose oil, lavender oil, even lemon essential oil. So I think if you did, it is right, you won't get the freshness of the citrus peel.
And the freshness in this particular dish is designed to cut across the oil in the crumb.
That's right. But you know, Michelle, seriously try it. But one drop, because essential oils are so strong. I don't know if you cook regularly with essential oils. Try it. One drop at the end, because you don't want the essential oils to evaporate during the cooking. When you're done, add the drop of oil and tell us how it went. We'd love to know. Oh, where's AJ gone?
I went to drain the spaghetti, which I've done. So
As if by magic.
now, this smells really lovely.
I bet it does. So what herbs have you got? What herbs?
Look, I've got a coarse garlic in there. I've got parsley. I've got basically all the things that you do. You know, I've got a bit of oregano in there. It's got things in there that you would do with fresh herbs. But I've just done them with dried.
Okay.
Okay, so into the pan. Now you should keep back a little bit of the pasta water, which I've done.
Yeah.
You may need it, you may not need it.
Mm.
You know. And you notice that I put some extra black pepper in this. Did you
Black
notice
pepper's
that?
always good.
Can't get enough of it myself.
No.
And you need some good cheese. Put that out of the way. Okay.
So what have you've got? That's lemon juice in there in the container. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And I'm going to I'm just going to toss that through it because you end up with a really lovely, yeah, it's very nice. I'm going to put a bit of lemon juice in. Okay.
So your breadcrumbs were dried already, weren't they, AJ?
Pardon me?
Your breadcrumbs, were they already dried?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that looks good.
I think it is very good. Now, the fresh herb that I am going to use is, because I happen to have some lovely, in the garden, I happen to have some lovely lemon thyme.
Okay.
I am going to use that. Now, I've just put some extra crumbs across that so that you can have a bit of a look at that. And I'm just going to put some lemon thyme on it. I'm going to put a little drizzle of olive oil because I always think that's a nice thing to do. And I am going to put a bit of cheese on it. And I think we should also, I'm actually, if there are any Sydney people watching, which I suspect there would not be, because it's early on a Saturday morning. So I'm not sure that that would be a viable thing, but I'm going to just grate this on because it's a fine pasta. So I'm going to do a fine grate of the cheese. Oh, and lost half of it on the floor. So that is the pasta. Now the other thing that I was going to do was I've literally just got some really beautiful mesclun here. And that, seriously, because of the herbiness of this, that's all you need. You just need a lovely green salad. So with that, I'm just going to put some olive oil on. I don't think it needs any more than some olive oil, a little bit of salt and pepper, and maybe a little balsamic vinegar, do you think?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I just got a good bottle a couple of days ago, actually, and I used it with avocado. It's yum.
There we go. And just a little of that. You don't need very much at all. always remember that the olive is just remember that the oil should be a lot more than the vinegar when you make a dressing. And you want it so that every leaf is glossy, but you don't want it to be soggy. So
right, let me just bring up Michael's comment there. Michael says, that's good advice as usual. But of course, what else do you expect? Anyway, what he says is, I stay clear of cooking with essential oil since they have a low flash point and can turn rather toxic. Yeah, but you want to use a drop or two of essential oils, and you don't. Anyway, if you use essential oils regularly, you know that that's not going to happen because it's added towards the end, etc., etc. So, but yeah, good advice there, Michael. Don't use tons of essential oil. In other words.
The other thing I suggest to you is if you're using a herb in a meal, it's like decorating. If you use a colour, take it across. So take the herb across to the salad as well.
What were you doing just then? What were you just sort of peeling and adding to your salad?
I just added some lemon thyme to the salad.
Oh, well, right. Okay.
I just think if you take the herbs and you add them across both components, it does give you a nice sort of thing. Seriously, I could eat that for breakfast. I said I wasn't going to.
Well, it's breakfast there. It's dinner here. It's, what is it in the US on the East Coast? It's about coming up to 3:30 in the afternoon. So that looks good.
Oh,
you know,
lunch.
I 6 months away from doing Hangouts, and I can't find any camera. I can't take a photo of that. No camera anymore on Hangouts.
All right, you put a photo up of it.
That looks good.
But it's a really, it's a fragrant, easy dish. And how long did that take?
Not long at all. 10 minutes. 10 minutes to boil the spaghetti, and what? 2-3 minutes to do the crumbs, and then mix it all in. Another couple of minutes tops. 12-minute recipe, guys.
I say to you again, there is absolutely no excuse for ordering in food. That's 20 minutes from where to go. Yeah,
definitely. So that's a very good recipe, AJ. A very, very easy but satisfying recipe with a green salad on the side. You can't go wrong.
No, I think so.
Any advice on cooking pasta that you can think of?
Yeah, it's really important not to overcook it. And the way that you know that it's right, some people will tell you to, it's got to have a bit of, if you go like that, and see, this has been in the pan as well. If you go like that and it squishes, it's way cooked. It's overcooked. It should have some resistance.
Just a bite.
No. Yeah, that's al dente.
Yeah, just a touch.
Because I was putting it in the pan, I did it, a little less, but essentially you want it al dente. So
we've got a question here from MJJ Namal Diaz from Sri Lanka. It has some crunchy bites. I think perhaps he's talking about the general texture of the finished dish, maybe.
If you use a coarse crumb and you've roasted it off, so it's lovely. Yeah, you'll get a crunchiness to it. Yeah, it's good. And it's so easy. But you could do this with, it'd be interesting to do a version with the curry leaves that Namal was talking about.
Yeah, perhaps Namal, you want to make this recipe with your curry leaves, chop them up small.
If you do, I would look at using maybe some curry leaves and some kaffir lime leaves.
They won't, not in Sri Lanka, no. Not in Sri Lanka.
Won't you get lime leaves there?
Southeast Asia specifically. Not in Sri Lanka, but you know what? Lime juice instead of lemon.
Yeah, lime juice instead of lemon. And also if you put in a little bit of chili.
Mm-hmm.
And
how about Namal? How about you create a recipe for us based on what AJ has cooked? Okay, so she's put some pasta in there, curry leaves, as you said, chili, as AJ said, lime juice, and some Maldive fish. That's standard Sri Lankan umami ingredient, I believe.
yeah,
Maldive fish. And tell us how it goes. We'd love to see the recipe. What do you think, AJ?
that's interesting.
Yeah, that'll be.
Now I could have, this is so quick, I could have done two things really, couldn't I?
Look, it's 25 minutes and we're done. So we're going to say goodbye. We're going to say goodbye. The show was so quick. AJ's going to go off and have her breakfast while I go off and have dinner. So, AJ, do you want to say anything to our friends out there who've...
Well, it's really lovely to be back. And Aslan and I've spoken, but as she said, we couldn't get it together before today. But that's okay. We're going to get into a routine now where we're doing it towards the end of the month. Except next month will be Easter, so that'll be a disaster, will it not?
Easter's on the 27th of 28th. Yeah.
Anyway, we'll work it out, but it'll be towards the end of the month, and we want to get back to doing a show every month. And if you guys want to tell us what you'd like to see, I can certainly come up with that without a problem.
Yeah, that's always a good thing. So, any requests? Just let AJ know. Now, all I've got to say is thank you so much, all of you. Namal, Michael, Michelle, Dave, Becky, Nana, Amabadu, Morris, Leroy, Elena. Scrolling down. I'm sorry if I've missed out anybody. Thank you so much. And for those of you who are on YouTube, I'll come over and say hello after the show is over. Thank you so much for joining us. And if you've got any requests from AJ, she'll be back in about 4 weeks. Let us know.
And if you're in Sydney, go to Leichhardt Long Lunch tomorrow. I'll be cooking there, and I'd love to meet you.
Where is that, AJ?
At Leichhardt, which is the Italian area of Sydney. So I'm cooking at the Leichhardt Long Lunch.
Okay.
So we'll be doing a few interesting things there.
Okay. All righty. Okay. So we'll be back in about 4 weeks. AJ, take us out.
Thank you so much, and it's lovely to see you all again, and I enjoyed that. And clearly, my timing is off from not doing it for so long, but hopefully, we'll see you next month. And thank you very, very much. Nice to see you again. Bye.